Believe it or not, selling content in the OnlyFans DMs is actually pretty difficult. It's easy to look at it and go, oh, but it's just selling content to horny guys on the internet. And while that is true, if you really want to be making as much money out of as many fans as possible, there are a lot of small details that go into that. A lot of the time when we start working with a creator who's been doing the chatting themselves, we see a lot of really common mistakes that aren't super obvious, but they can have a huge impact on your earnings. So in this video, I'm going to run through 5 of the most common mistakes creators make in the chats and what you can do to fix them and make more money. For the first mistake, and this is a super common one, commoditizing your account / content. If content seems like a commodity, so very attainable, fans won't be as willing to pay a lot for it. Basically, treating the account like a shop where your content is a product that any fan could just come along and buy if they had X amount of money. This looks like using tipping menus or price lists, whether that be in the DMs or on your profile, or specifically saying what content you do in your bio. Solo content, BG tapes, let me know if you want a custom request, 50 a minute. I do understand why people do this, and in a way it is a shop, but you have a unique advantage being on OnlyFans in that your subscribers don't know what content you're selling to other subscribers or how much you're charging them for it. By using some kind of price list, you are kind of capping how much you can sell your content for. So when a potentially big spender subscribes to your account and they see that price list, new solo video, $30, they probably won't want to pay much more than $30, but they might have been willing to pay $300 if they just didn't see that. But I'd say more significantly, by showing every fan what content you do, making it public, you can't use one of the most effective strategies of selling content being making it seem like it's exclusive, like other fans don't have it, or it's difficult to get, you've never done it before, whatever it is. It makes fans so much more willing to spend a lot on content. I see why creators feel like they should show what content they do on their bio. A subscriber comes along, oh, is this account even for me? Do they have the content I want? I would argue that fans that are that picky, that are looking through the bio going, does she do feet content? If they're not going to subscribe because they can't see it there, they probably weren't going to be fantastic anyway. Not all of the time, but I think it's a trade-off that is worth it. By keeping it ambiguous, you can use that exclusivity to upsell your content for a lot more money, and by not using price lists, you can reduce the likelihood that you underprice content for a potentially big spender. This also comes down to appearing purely transactional in the DMs. There are so many accounts where someone will subscribe and the creator goes, oh, so what content were you after? I've got this video, this video. By treating it like a shop like that, they are just not going to be as willing to pay a lot for it. I'm not saying you need to spend your whole life building connections with fans, blah, blah, blah. But by just not shoving it down their throats the second that they subscribe, making them feel like they kind of need to earn it, they will pay more for it. It sounds corny, but the best frame for selling content for high prices is by seeming nervous and hesitant, but excited to do it for the first time, ideally. Now, this isn't gonna work in every situation. If you're a well-known adult star, it is gonna be difficult to go, oh, I've never sent a boob picture to anyone. That's a massive exaggeration, but you get what I'm saying. If you're just a regular creator who could really do any content, then if you can seem like everything you're sending them, like I'm sending this for the first time, mainly for, longer, more exciting videos, it'll help you to charge a lot more. If you're listening to this going, wow, like I do a lot of these things, I promise you can be charging more. Try this, and when new people subscribe, just try crazy prices. Like whatever prices you're doing, triple it and just see. You will be surprised. And a little hot tip for getting more out of each subscriber, you can script what content you sell in which order when a new person subscribes. So if you don't make it public what content you do, on your bio, someone new subscribes, you can try to sell them your less exciting content. And then the next time you can go, oh, I haven't done this before, but let me know what you think of it. Send that for a bit more expensive. Then you can send more exciting content, and you just take them through this pre-scripted lifetime on your account that ensures you get the most out of them. They always feel like there's a bit more to see, and they get rewarded for engaging with you. As opposed to they come on, you go, I've got a really hot sex tape that drops on Thursday, it's $24, stay tuned. Mistake 2, leaving new subs. A lot of the time when we take on a new creator who hasn't been with an agency before, there'll be so many new subscribers who have just not been messaged. Maybe they got the welcome message, but they never actually said anything. The way I see it, that is so many opportunities to make money that just were not acted on. We make sure chatters reply to all new subscribers within 1 minute with a personalized opener. Obviously, that's not going to be as realistic if you're a solo creator that doesn't have a chat team. But if you're doing it on your own, I would block some time, 3 times throughout your day, to go and reply to new subscribers. You want to send all new subs a personalized opening message or voice note. A voice note is actually really good because it acts as a little verification that you are really the one running your account. Here's a good template you can use for a personalized message that gets replies. Use their name. Hey, Tom. Say something like, I hope you're having a nice day/night. Then mention what time it is for you currently. It's 10:30 a.m. here in Sydney, whatever it is. The reason for that is that means that it could not be an automated message, because an automated message would never send what time it is right now. Makes it more likely for them to reply. So many fans will not message you first, and it's not because they're time wasters or they don't want to buy or they're not interested. They probably just got distracted by a fucking notification. Turned OnlyFans off and that was it. So it's really important to capture their attention from the start with a message that is super likely to get them to reply. The faster you can get to it, the better, but like I said before, you just want to block out some time to do that. Fans might also delete their account thinking that you don't respond to messages, they can't get the content they want, whatever. A really helpful trick is to set up a backup welcome message. Now this will be a bit more difficult if you just use OnlyFans, but if you use a CRM like OnlyMonster or BuddyX, anything that lets you send a welcome message with multiple lines. Then you can say something like, hey, I hope you're having a good day/night, and misspell something and correct it with an asterisk. Anything to make it seem like you are actually the one to send it. Now keep in mind that that's not a super secret trick, and a lot of people will still leave that on read. You really want to be sending personalized openers to people, but it is definitely better than just having a super generic welcome message that is clearly automated. Which brings me on to mistake 3. Letting conversations die. And this is something that even chatters struggle with. What I want you to do really quickly is go to your OnlyFans and in your inbox, click on all and start scrolling through the chats. Start looking for all the chats where they have left you on read, or even some chats where you've accidentally left them on read. Could be that you sent them content, they just didn't buy it and you never followed up, or you said something they didn't know what to say and they just left it. Most of your money comes from the messages, so when the conversation dies, the money stops coming from that person for now. Make sure that you avoid dry replies, like haha X, thanks X, yep, things like that. Even if you're being friendly and you're just thinking about it like you're messaging a friend that you know will message you back. That's not really how it works on OnlyFans though. They have so many creators in their inbox, so many distractions. It's so easy for you to just slip through the cracks and they forget to ever message you again. You need to be fighting for their constant attention so you can stay relevant and keep earning money from them. Really focus on making it super easy for them to reply to you. And there's a few ways you can do that. Talk about yourself. If the conversation ever goes stagnant, start talking about what you did the other day, what you're gonna do on the weekend. Talk about yourself rather than just ask them questions under this guise of, oh, I'm getting to know them better. A lot of the guys that subscribe to OnlyFans accounts have no social skills, so they just freeze up when you ask them too many questions and they leave you on read. Conversation dies. But when you're gonna ask questions, rather than asking open-ended questions like, what was the highlight of your day? Something like that, that involves them thinking about what to say, use a this or that question. What did you do today? Did you work or relax at home? By giving them 2 options, it's much easier for them to just pick one and keep the conversation going. Remove the need for them to think. It's also really important to pin/label the fans who you are currently selling or focusing on. Now you could do that with an emoji that you just temporarily put in their name. You could physically pin the chat. If you use a CRM, there might be some other option to do this. You just need some way of clearly seeing who you're selling right now. It's so easy to be selling someone and then you just leave the message for a second, someone else messages you and completely forget about them. The conversation dies, you could have made a sale. And if you can clearly see who you're currently selling or focusing on, you can keep on following up with them. People might leave you on read, not because they're time wasters or they're not interested or anything like that. They just got a fucking notification and then they never checked on your chat again. So keep on checking on the people that you're talking to. If they've left you on read, send them a follow-up message. Oh, Tim, still there? Still with me? Do not let the conversation die. I really hope you're enjoying the video so far. If you are, I would love it if you just quickly leave it a like. It helps me out a lot. I drop videos like this multiple times a week, so if they help you, consider subscribing, share it with your friends, and if there are any problems that you are facing that I could make a video on to help you, leave it in the comments and I'll try to get to all of them. Thank you. My marker is dying. Maybe I should start an OnlyFans so I can afford a new one that you can actually see. But if I was gonna do that, I definitely wouldn't do mistake 4, which is having inconsistent messages and posts on your main feed. Remember, you are directly competing with other creators who are always available, using chatters, constantly spamming stuff on their main feed. So if you aren't engaging frequently, your account can slip through the cracks. There are long periods where your account is entirely inactive. You'll get new subscribers that just think you're inactive and delete their account. Some of your spenders might start to drift into other accounts where they can get that constant attention. I'm not telling you need to do 8 hours of chatting per day or you will fail. But what I am saying is the consistency is the important thing. It would be better to do 1 hour of chatting every day in a row rather than 4 hours of chatting every third day in these big bursts. And a little tip, if you're gonna do that, split up the time that you're chatting. So 1 hour of chatting here, wait 12 hours, and then another hour there, just so you can get those fans in different time zones. The main feed is super important. I have tested. There is a direct correlation between earnings and posts on the main feed every single day, as long as traffic's coming in. You need to use it to stay relevant and also to funnel people to the chats. For your main feed captions, try to say things that spark curiosity. It could be, you'll never guess what I'm doing this weekend. Ask me and I might tell you. Anything that's gonna make people ask. Do whatever you can to get those people in the chat and try to reply to the messages consistently. I'm not saying all day, every day, just every day. Mistake 5, labeling fans as time wasters. I do get why creators do this, especially on a bigger account with heaps of traffic coming in. If you're replying to all your messages yourself, yeah, it starts to not make as much sense to talk to guys that just make it really difficult to get money out of them. But especially on a smaller account with more manageable traffic, if you're getting to a point where you're looking at all the chats you've got right now, going, I don't want to talk to any of these guys, none of them spend money, I just need to get new subs in. I guarantee you were staring at money. Bias is the enemy of money when it comes to chatting. Random, but something I like to do every now and then is I'll get the chatters who are on our accounts and I'll just switch them over for 1 day. And every time without fail, the new chatters start selling all of the people that the original chatters weren't giving as much attention to. I've chat a lot myself. I know what it feels like when you're looking at the same guys every single day, going, oh, I know him, he won't spend. But then a new person will come along, have no bias, and sell them. Burning bridges basically never helps you make more money. Restricting fans who don't buy straight away. Muting them, labeling them as time wasters and not talking to them anymore. I'm not saying you can't prioritize some fans over others, but what I would do instead of restricting, muting, or labeling them is changing up your approach. Okay, so you've tried this fan for a sexing script 3 times in a row and they're not buying it. How about instead we try them for a long video that's a bit better value rather than doing the upsell thing? Different fans have different buying behavior. There are fans who like doing lots of little purchases or just continuously tipping, and there are some that like just buying 1 long video or even a custom video. You need to try changing it up. Even the sexting. As we know, the guys are into some very weird things, like the ones who are really submissive, or they're into really specific things. But if you never ask, you never know. And once you know what a fan is into, if you sext about that, it'll be much easier to sell them content. Change up the speed. There are some fans where it seems like they don't buy, but really you just had to send pay-per-views sooner. Or it seems like they don't buy because you're sending them too fast. You're not warming them up enough. And then there's just timing. Some fans just will not buy right now, but it doesn't mean that they will never ever buy. Their inheritance can come in, they can get a raise, they can break up with their partner, whatever it is. It only takes people 1 time to spend thousands of dollars. We have a saying in my agency, everyone spends. I don't care if that's true or not, but the way we interact with people is like everyone will spend. Because all I know is if you stop trying, you guarantee you will never make more money off this person. So rather than burning bridges, change up the approach. The thing with all these chatting strategies is they aren't going to matter if you can't attract the right kind of subscriber to your account. When it comes to marketing, so many creators are so focused on what everyone else is doing, they forget to build a unique brand for themselves that will attract those high spending fans. So next, I really recommend you watch this video about how to structure your content to attract those high spending fans. Watch that, that's there, enjoy the rest of your day.